Fred and I would like to do an afternoon trek, and this is gonna be unique because while trekking I'm gonna be giving tips to young mountaineers or to aspiring mountaineers who'd like to start climbing their very first mountain. Hi Dad.
Hi.
Okay, so we all know that it's currently a different situation because of the pandemic, but for sure as everything goes back to normal, actually new normal, you'll be able to go to your target mountain. So see you later. I'll be giving you some tips while we're doing the trekking. Hi. So after walking for 30 minutes from our place, we reached this hill, and this is the start of our trek. So at this point, I want to start giving you tip number 1. First and foremost, if you would like to really climb a mountain or to be a serious mountaineer, you have to first know your purpose. Why are you going to be climbing? Do you just want to have fun or to experience it, or to experience the thrill, or something else? Think about it. Of course. Hi. Look at my background. Hi Dad. So as you can see, we are near the rice paddies. I enjoy going to places like this. Right now, I'm going to be giving you the second tip. Okay? So if you really want to be a mountaineer and you're aspiring to climb your very first mountain, the second thing that you have to do is to prepare or invest for your personal equipment or mountaineering gears. With that, I don't mean to tell you that you have to buy everything that a mountaineer needs. Actually, no, just the basic ones, the personal ones. First, you have to have your own backpack. That's a very important thing, something very personal. You use that to carry everything that will help you to survive on the mountains for like 2-3 days, 1 week. In terms of buying a backpack, you have to really be able to select the best, not necessarily the most expensive one, but the best. I bought my very first mountain backpack like in 2007. That was the first year I started my mountaineering activities, and that's Sandugo. That's good, very durable and very good quality. However, probably it was not fitted for me because probably it was fitted more for male mountaineers, because I had a difficulty carrying the weights, especially in the shoulder, because on my shoulder, because it was painful. After walking for 2 hours, the weight, I could feel the weight already. So I had to change it to another brand, and then I had to buy from Ako Mountaineer. And then I got my third backpack. I did not buy that one, but it was given to me by my teachers as a gift. So it's North Face, of course. For me, that's a very good quality. So that's number 1, backpack. Still under tip number 2, the second item that you have to buy as a beginning mountaineer should be your hiking sandals or hiking shoes. But for me, I would suggest, if you're going to be climbing mountains in the Philippines, okay, very okay for you to buy climbing or mountaineering sandals. I bought my first pair of mountaineering sandals from Sandugo, and I would attest that that particular brand is really good. I was able to use my first pair of hiking sandals for 10 years. So basically, most of the mountains I climbed in the Philippines, that particular pair of sandals was with me. And it retired here in Indonesia in 2017, so I had to buy a new pair, still Sandugo from the Philippines. So Freddy is also wearing his Sandugo sandals. Same with me, don't mind my feet anymore. But yeah, so I've been using this since 2017. Very comfortable. Okay. So what is that, Dad?
Pero maliit pa.
Namiss mo bukid, no? Namiss mo palayan mo? Nakita na mga snails. Ganda, di ba? The third item that you need to buy before starting your first climb is your sleeping bag. Go ahead, Dad. Sleeping bag is very important. It means your survival, especially if you're gonna be climbing cold areas, mountains in cold areas. Oh my goodness, wait. Okay, so I have my own sleeping bag and it's very comfortable. You just need to zip yourself inside it and yeah, you'll be able to sleep so well. It's not that expensive. So you have to have your own. Okay, so the next item that you should have would be your earth pad, or it's like similar to yoga mat, a yoga mat, but we call it earth pad. So you have to have that one because inside the tent you could not just lie down without it. It's gonna be very, very cold. So yeah, earth pad, not so expensive. You just have to buy a small piece for your back. That's okay. Hello, I'm back. So the next item that you need to have is your cook set, but it's not a must, okay? Especially if you're gonna be climbing with a group, they usually provide one. But if you want, hi po, permisi. Salamat siya. Yeah. So as I was saying, you need to have your cooking set with butane. You know, you could buy that in Ace Hardware, not that expensive, okay? So aside from that one, you might be wondering how come until now I have not even mentioned the tent, which probably you're thinking is the most important. Yeah, I know how important a tent is, but you don't have to buy that, especially if you are joining a group, because they usually provide one for beginners. But let me explain that one later on, so as I go to my third tip. So tent is not a must, especially if you could not afford it yet, okay? Hi, I'm now on my tip number 3. Spider. Okay, tip number 3, you have to find a good group. There are so many mountaineering groups near your area for sure, and the best way to find one is by probably searching in Facebook or Instagram or in the internet in general. Let me also share with you how I was able to join my own group and my experiences with them. So I was introduced by a friend to a very, very special and very good group, which is Kamandang Barigos Mountaineers Association. As you can see, I'm wearing one of our t-shirts in the group. And yeah, I joined that one in 2007 and I started climbing also in 2007. That particular first mountain was Mount Sembrano in Pililla, Rizal. And I'm so happy because I have been involved in all their activities, most of the activities, especially when I was still in the Philippines. And I became a member, regular member, and I was also given the chance to become an officer. And luckily, fortunately, I was able to contribute also to some of the biggest outreach programs that we have conducted. I'll be sharing more later on about that group. So find a group. Another one, it's also good if you have your friend or someone, if you know a mountaineer, who could recommend a good group for you. Speaking of my own group, which is Kamandag Barigos Mountaineers Association, so I just want to give you or share to you some of the activities that we've been doing. So we don't just climb for the sake of climbing. We usually conduct outreach programs for, you know, indigenous groups or tribes. We also did tree planting activities in Rizal and other areas. And of course, the most important thing that I want to share is every time we climb, we do clean up drives on the mountains. We clean the mountains. We always bring with us plastic bags, big plastic bags, and we go down bringing, you know, so many plastic or trash we find along the way. So that's one of our missions and commitment also. Hi, I'm now on my tip number 4, and the next thing that you have to do before climbing your very first mountain is to prepare physically. Okay, what I mean by that is at least 3 weeks to 1 month of preparation. Usually some groups provide physical fitness training before the actual climb, like 3 weeks or 2 weeks before the actual climb, like what my group does. We usually conduct basic mountaineering course for beginners, and we also brief them and orient them and train them on how to pitch a tent, how to do first aid, etc. So that's it. You have to prepare physically. But if your group does not provide any BMC or physical fitness training, you really have to do it on your own, like do early morning jogging or other physical exercise that you could do at home. So I'm on a bridge now, and I'm crossing a small river. Oh my goodness, a little scary. So, saan tayo? Okay, go. So you can hear the sound of the river. So I'm now on my tip number 5. Another important thing that you have to do is to know your budget. Of course, it's not free when you climb, and you really have to prepare, especially if the mountain you're going to be climbing is not near your area. For example, you're in Manila and you're going to be going to Benguet, like Mount Pulag, or going to Mount Apo in Davao. Definitely you have to prepare. But of course, even if your target mountain is just near your area, budget is also a must. Make climbing as your reward. You have to save. I am now on tip number 6 before we really try this area. Hi, Dad. Actually, we're hesitant because it's a bit forested, and it's already like 5 p.m. We're thinking it might be dark already later on when we come back, but I think it's going, so I have to follow. So my tip number 6 is you have to research about the mountain that you're going to be climbing. So it's very important. So you have to know the level of difficulty, and of course the place, the kind of people there, etc. Because there are some specific concerns for some mountains, and usually I would research and I would find out the difficulties or the probably possible challenges that you will encounter there. I usually don't like a mountain having, limatic or leeches, and that scares me the most. So I would say no if I would find out that the mountain has those parasites. Hi, I'm now on my tip number 7. So we always tell those who are joining our group that they should not let their work be affected because of this activity or climbing activity. So if you would be absent from your work just because of this mountaineering activity, better not join us, because our principle is we do this as our reward. We do this as a hobby, not as our priority, where in other areas, our family or work will be affected. So, hi, so we're in a park right now and we're resting before we go back home. So I'm now on my tip number 8. Hi, Dad. Tip number 8 is contribute something to the group. Please remember you're part of the team, and you don't climb the mountain solo, and you don't go there on your own. You are part of the group, so whatever you can contribute, please contribute. Usually I would cook at the campsite for all the climbers, and that's my way of helping the group. Okay, so for my tip number 9, please make this as an opportunity for you to commit yourself to nature preservation or protecting the environment. Or else, what for did you become a mountaineer if after that first experience of yours, or after climbing every mountain, you just end that particular activity there? So yeah, bring whatever you've learned from that climb when you go down. So commit yourself to Mother Nature and be an advocate of the environment. Okay? Hi. As you can see, it's already night time and we are still walking. So it's exactly 6 o'clock, and that means we've been walking for 2 hours, and probably it would take us 15 minutes and we're back home. So right now I'm down to my last tip, which is tip number 10. And I think this is the most important one. And you have to remember that before you even start climbing your very first mountain, you have to keep in mind these principles, or every mountaineer's creed. So it says, take nothing but pictures, kill nothing but time, leave nothing but footprints, and bring nothing but memories. So with that, I have given you all the 10 tips that every mountaineer should remember, or aspiring mountaineer should remember. And we'll continue walking. So like what I said, 15 minutes. Hope to see you along the trail someday in our next mountain climbing activities. So good night everyone, and see you in our next adventure. Hi God. Thank you for listening and for watching our videos.